What's up, y'all? Should I start an ASMR channel? Now that may seem out of nowhere, but funnily enough, I'd say for every 3 people who've told me I should start a YouTube channel because I'm funny or entertaining, there's been 1 person who's told me I have a relaxing voice and should do an ASMR channel. Now, that makes it sound like a lot, but it's not that much. But the fact that it's at least been like 5 times is kind of shocking. But still, what does it have to do with anything? I don't know. Mukbangs are ASMR, right? I'm talking about food. So, that works, right? I don't know. I like food, bruh. I like food a lot. And I've always liked food. I used to grow up watching the Food Network just because Cartoon Network turned to Adult Swim. And it's not like anybody was low-key monitoring me. I could have and sometimes did watch like Adult Swim. It was just Toonami though, and the Cleveland Show on Sundays. But I didn't like most of the Adult Swim stuff. Like Squidbillies genuinely made me mad. Like, it made me think that adults did not know what funny stuff was. Sorry if you like Squidbillies. Maybe I like it now, but I just didn't like most. I don't like most adult TV shows. Even if they're not carried by nasty jokes, they still don't really, I don't like them that much. But this did lead to me watching the Food Network, and that gained like my knowledge in cooking. Like, I got a knowledge increase. Then to add to that, my mom was dating a professional chef, so I gained a bunch of knowledge from bro. Then on top of that, my grandpa's from New Orleans, and you don't leave New Orleans, or you don't exist in New Orleans without like the basic knowledge of cooking. Like, I'd rather eat at a McDonald's in New Orleans than I would at a, I don't know, a restaurant, like a sit-down restaurant, like at a Chili's. I don't know, at a Chili's in New York. I don't know. I'm just naming places. I'm sorry. Like, look at what's his name, Zion Williamson, I think, player for the Pelicans. Bro, you see how big bro got? I can't even blame him. And he got that big while being in the NBA. You don't get you okay, you can, like, you look at James Harden, bro, low-key got big too, but he was playing actively, and like the team he was playing for, he was locked, and bro got that big, burning them calories. New Orleans can cook. My grandpa can cook amongst the New Orleans natives, so there was all that knowledge squeezed down into me. Bam, someone who is low-key mid at cooking. I'm bringing this up because I mentioned, I think a week or 2 ago, that I had, what did I say? Oh yeah, I recorded a short video because I was going to try and throw something up to make sure it was 5 videos. But that video was a cooking video. Nobody was home, and they weren't going to be home for a while, or at least I thought, until people came home in the middle of it. But my genius idea was just to stand in front of the food in the camera, and they low-key didn't notice. Anyways, so I'm just gonna talk about food while you watch me cook a burger that low-key was actually kind of fire. I definitely had like plans to speak and talk and like voice it over. So when I'm showing you the rappers and stuff, I was gonna, in my mind, I was like, yeah, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say, yeah, we're not doing that. We're just talking. Yeah. It was cool. It was a good burger. I did record what did I record? I recorded a tasting thing. Anyways, that's besides the point. I think I've said it on video before. One of the first reasons I learned to cook was because I wanted to impress women. Now, I was like, what, 11, maybe? Focused on the wrong things. I should have been sticking to Bakugan and Naruto, right? And while that method saw no success, believe me, I tried. I'm not repeating the pancake story again, even if you ask me really nice. So I had this class in high school called Foods, right? It was a it was a fun class. I had my favorite teacher. I think that's when I first met her. We'll call her Miss C. She was really, really chill, really nice. and really, like, I don't know how to call it, like self-aware. Like, she realized she was teaching a high school foods class, so she wasn't too harsh, but she also was like just aware of situations going on. Like, she'd check up on me when there was certain stuff about like if it was like basically like if it was Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, she'd be checking up on me. If we had just had a police brutality thing in our city, she would be checking up on me, like stuff like that. Like, she was really chill, and I used to be her second favorite student. I don't want to brag, okay? People used to literally say, he's your favorite, and she'd be like, nah, in my face, and say who her actual favorite was. I wasn't even mad. I'm like, bruh, second place, that's low-key goated. A lot of people think second place is first loser, but that's a whole nother rant on top of a rant on top of a rant. So we're gonna go back to the pancake story. Then there was a girl in that class who I really liked, who we're gonna call Bomb. I'm not gonna explain why, because if I do, it's not gonna make sense, but we're calling her Bomb, okay? So Bomb was as tall as I am, meaning she was probably like 6 foot. Nah, she was probably like 5'11", but she was dang near as tall as me. She was playing basketball and volleyball. At that time, I think I've said that before, I had like 2 years in high school where I wanted a girlfriend taller than me. I thought that was the method. I thought that was the move. I was excited, but I had never seen one. And we got a sister coming in this class who's very educated, tall, and athletic. I'm already like locked in, like, okay, bruh. Not really, I wasn't even locked in. I think I was just like, dang, she's really pretty, and then kept it pushing like I always do. But because she just thought I was funny, and I was just trying to help her out and be nice, because she was always tired from like practice and doing like 8 AP classes, whatever, we just ended up getting close. And even my favorite teacher was low-key like, yeah, you're low-key in there. All the dudes that she's been dating are chumps. You got this. So then she's infecting my brain with false hope, and I'm thinking, bruh, I might low-key have a chance. Lord have mercy. We get to this point in the class where we're making pancakes. I make pancakes all the time, bro. I'm the pancake master. I love pancakes. The teacher always would ask me when we were cooking something. She'd be like, hey, can you make me something? Big Slime, don't step down from a favor. I love helping people. Of course I'm gonna make you a pancake, and you're my favorite teacher. I make her a pancake, boom, throw that on the plate, bruh, it's banging. She eating that thing, tearing it up, smile on her face, excellent. Then I asked Bomb, who I used to always ask to help cook, to whatever. She'd always look at me and be like, no, bruh, go make your own stuff. This day, she said, you know what? Go ahead. I think I need a rest. Oh, yes, sir, bruh. You don't know the joy that was in my heart. I was so happy, okay? So happy. I grabbed the bag because we were using pancake mix. It can't be that hard. Just add water, twin. I'm cool. So I look at the back of the bag and immediately start following the instructions to a T. I think it was like water and egg and like other stuff. Like, it wasn't just water. But I'm literally like scooping it up, tapping it, throwing the mix in the bowl, cracking the egg perfectly, measuring the water in the measuring cup instead of just adding water till the texture is right. Doing all that. Woo-wee. Throw that in the pan. That wasn't a sound effect. That was me recreating what it looked like when it was in the pan. I'm like, dang, it's gonna look better when it cooks. Hurry up. Flip that thing. Still cheeks. I see like panic. Like, I just see, I don't know what to describe. Like, I'm just seeing all the scenarios where I'm getting flamed. She comes and she's like, is my pancake ready? I'm immediately like, no. This is mine. I'm about to make your pancake, okay? She's like, cool. Sits back down. I go back to the bag. Scoop up the mix. Level off the scoop. You grab the liquid measuring cup. Put the water in the liquid measuring cup. Pour that in there. I don't know what I changed about the egg. Whatever. I cracked the egg with more grace. It looks worse. It looks worse, bro. It looks so much worse. The chair creaking because I'm moving so much because I'm so mad about this. Still, I hate thinking about this. Look, there's a reason this didn't go in the embarrassment video. I can only handle like one embarrassing story a day. I'm literally about to throw this away. It didn't even finish cooking. I'm like, no, you need to think. You made a perfect pancake with your own like a big back instinct. You need to do this, right? I go to throw the pan away. I feel a hand on my shoulder. A bead of sweat appears on my forehead. I look back into the left. She said, I think I'm gonna make my own pancake. Oh my gosh. So basically, yeah, no, food's never been increased the Riz levels I've had. We're still in Riz debt right now. I'm still trying to climb back up. I managed to embarrass myself every time I've ever tried to make a move. So I think I'm just gonna let that be where it is and hope my future girlfriend likes losers. But I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. But it has just led to me learning how to cook like well. Like I don't like saying I can cook well because cooking well is subjective. You know, everybody's taste is different. But every time I cook for people, they say they really like it. Now that's because I always play it safe. I'm never in the kitchen whipping it up, experimenting when people are about to eat it. And I'm never like, oh, whatever, let me just throw some of this. No, I'm lying. I do that sometimes, but when I'm confident, whenever I'm cooking for other people. But there's times when I cook for myself, bruh, when I make a bowl of slop, and I literally would call it that. I used to buy a tube of ground beef every time I was shopping in college. When I first got my own apartment, I would always buy a tube of ground beef, some like white cheddar cheese, and whatever my vegetables and other supplementary stuff was for the week. There'd get to the point of the week where I had like just bought a new tube of ground beef, but the last tube was still kind of full. I got some cheese that was from like 2 weeks ago that's about to expire, stuff like that, blah blah blah. And eventually it got to the point where every week and a half I'd have enough leftovers where it was like everything about to go bad, let's just make us some slop. And it literally was just ground beef, a bunch of seasonings, vegetables, literally just whatever was about to expire. Throw some cheese on that thing, put that in a bowl, stir it up. Sometimes, no, once I got a rice cooker, threw some rice in there. Oh yeah, bruh, that was delicious. I don't know how we ended up on this. Yes, I never made slop for people either. Once again, my cooking ability is just like a blessing. It just kind of ended up being something that happened. It's another one of those things. I don't know if I've said it a lot in videos, but in my life, you know, like I'm always like, that's a blessing. Like all my skills and positive traits are a blessing because there was no character select creator at the beginning of life where I was like, let me make this, let me choose this, I want to be good at cooking. Even then, when I say like, oh, I chose to watch Food Network, I just clicked whatever channel was available and happened to land there and happened to stick with it. I happened to have a grandpa from New Orleans. Like, you know, like these things were not in my control. All I did was take advantage of the resources I had. Which, I mean, you might be able to say like that was some hard work, but whatever. Anyways, yeah, I like cooking. I like food. I don't know how long this burger video is, and I don't know if I'm gonna be recording gameplay to like be supplementary to that like food footage or whatever. I don't know. It says I've been talking for 18 minutes. I know I've took some big pauses, so I don't know for sure, but I'm not that confident in this video. I'm not. I've been talking about a whole lot of nothing. I mean, it's all pertaining to food though. Low key when you think about it. Yeesh. Yeah, I've really been yapping up a storm with this one. When I get to talking, it's kind of hard to stop. But it's harder to get me to start talking, if that makes sense. This one, there's no moral of the story. I don't know. No, from the pancake story. Literally, when you know something, do not fumble, do not fold because outside pressures. When you know how to do something, lock in and do it. Okay, there you go. That's your moral of the story. I didn't tell that embarrassing story for no dadgum reason. Alright? Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You're loved. Stay goated. Please take care of yourself. And remember that you matter. Crazy how I'm willing to talk about all this after getting some crazy food poisoning. Like, my head still hurts and it's Monday. I got food poisoning. No, it's Tuesday. Oh my gosh. And I got food poisoning on Sunday. Really on Saturday. So, yeah. But my appetite's coming back. I've been working out more consistently, so my appetite's really been crazy. Let's hope that doesn't get me in more trouble, because that's always when I used to, like, it'll cook out and stuff like that, and then I'd be waking up at 3 a.m. with tears in my eyes, crying in pain, asking God why he let me do that. I don't know. But yeah, no real cool post outro thing. Oh, I will put the clip of me eating the burger, but yeah, nah, I don't think I have anything crazy or cool to say. Thank you for watching though, and especially to this point in the video. Okay, bye. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but yeah, we got the melted cheese, the dangling egg yolk, the egg, some barbecue sauce. I don't have bacon, so it can't be a barbecue bacon burger. I got the tiramisu yogurt, the dynamite dinosaur cookies, not animal cookies, and some agua. Alright, we're gonna take one bite so I can tell you guys how good it is and how jealous you should be, and then we'll be done. Oh yeah, that's good.